Born and raised in Welland, Ontario, which is around 20 miles from the US border, Paul began playing hockey at age 4. From there, he played in the minors, then juniors, before being drafted into the OHL by the North Bay Centennials, where he eventually served as a team captain after they relocated and changed their name, of course, to the Saginaw Spirit. During his time with the team, Bissonnette attended Saginaw Novel Catholic School, and after graduating, he was drafted in the 4th round, 121st overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins during the 2003 NHL entry draft. After making his way into the NHL while playing for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, Bissonnette, who had been a defenseman his whole hockey career, was actually asked to switch to forward during his 3rd AHL season. I'm actually kind of shocked, looking back and how unstubborn I was about them asking me to do that, Paul says. They asked me, hey, we're going to put you on forward, and I was like, okay. But the move seemed to work for Bissonnette, who quickly embraced the role of enforcer. I pat myself on the back for being intelligent enough to understand that I think this is the only way I'm going to make it to the NHL. It's not going to be as a defenseman, it's going to be as a 4th-line fighter or winger. It worked out, he says. From there, it was apparent that Bissonnette had found his role and let his fists speak for him. After recording 145 penalty minutes in 46 games with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, and the following season, the number grew to 176 minutes in 57 games during the 2008-2009 season. These numbers granted him a shot at an NHL career as Bissonnette suited up for 202 professional games split by the Pittsburgh Penguins and Phoenix Coyotes. And as you would expect, his offensive numbers were rather bleak, as he only scrounged up 22 points, but his penalty minutes weren't at all, as Bissonnette spent a majority of his NHL career, 340 minutes to be exact, in the sin bin. For a guy that has over 1 million Twitter followers to date, it may be surprising to hear that he wasn't always a fan of tweeting. I thought it was dumb. 20,000 tweets and 100 followers, and it's like, what are you doing with your life? Do something productive, he says. But thankfully for him, myself, and several other grateful fans, former NHLer and teammate at the time, Scotty Upshaw, convinced Bissonnette to give Twitter a try. This eventually led to his agent at the time telling Paul in 2010 to take his Twitter down after comments were directed that were less than savory at LA Kings' own Ilya Kovalchuk, but luckily returned with the Coyotes organization's request with the humorous handle Biznasty 2.0. But rather than letting Biz get too nasty this time around, the account was closely monitored by Coyotes staff member Rich Nairn. Do let me get away with a lot and show my personality, he says. And I do appreciate that. I'm not very filtered compared to some other guys, but that's exactly why we love you, Biznasty. Paul is the son of Cam and Yolanda Bissonnette. He claims he inherited his fun-loving and charismatic personality from his father, but hasn't inherited any grammar skills from his mother, who is a former college professor. For most of the time, I'm okay with what he posts, Yolanda says. The only thing I wish that he could get better at is spelling and grammar, because those are the things that I taught when I was at the college. I guess I didn't teach him those 2 things, she says.